And so another Monday begins. Salutations, class, and welcome back. It's Monday, and as usual, we'll be returning to our Pokemon Black and White 2 schedule. Our overall schedule has been relatively steady lately, so a lot of things are going to be mostly the same game, probably for about October. Towards the end, though, we do have our rollback update coming to Exard, so expect to see a lot more focus on that Guilty Gear game rather than Strive. And a formal welcome to both Chris and James. How y'all doing? Where we last left off in Pokemon here, we were sitting just above our little dive spot here. We managed to acquire, well, Brian, our beloved Dragonite, usable for a lot of HM purposes, which we will be going down under the seafloor with. Y'all are both doing wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. I actually played a lot of Hades yesterday and made quite a bit of progress off stream. Of course, that would be on an entirely separate account. I did skip all the dialogue, so whenever we get to the story part of things, y'all will see my actual first reaction. Oh, interesting. Without inputs, we're pushed back up to the surface. So let's try that again, Brian, and see if we can reach the seafloor. And a welcome to Sai as well. Hope you're doing wonderfully too. Go for a little dive. I can't remember what was in these ruins. Click. The sound reverberates. Ah, are we trapped inside? I don't remember the hieroglyphs here. Ah, here we go. Perhaps it's a cipher here. Yeah, last time it would have been in here was 10 years ago. And I think I only made the trip once, so we have a lot of things to rediscover here. A dull sound came from far away. Relic copper, eh? Ah, 'tis just something to sell. Almost sounds like a Polish name. I'm seeing a lot of repeated letters, so it probably is just a, cipher. I forget what it's called. Was it a, Caesarian cipher, I think was what it was called? Where you just shift every letter over a couple of spots. Not doing too bad, just buying duct tape for normal, ordinary reasons. I, too, require a lot of maintenance for my electronics. I did mention lately that my gamepad that I use for the Hades streams, and basically anything that isn't a fighting game, has been having some connection issues. So in order to fix that up, I actually have one of those little wire bands that you find around, say, bread bags? You know, the one that you twist the bread close and then tie it together with the little colored wire band. I actually have that wrapped around the cord in order to keep the wires from leaking out. A dull sound echoed. Also, Chris, I don't think we'll have any issues whatsoever holding our breath, as I'm pretty sure part of the dive package is some form of water breathing. Ah, VTuber sneeze, and I caught it just in time. I have no idea if we're on a timer or if we're trying to find a certain path. Caesarian or Atbash cipher, you forget which is which. And a welcome to you too, Avid. Wait, that's where we came in. Yeah, twist ties. That's exactly what I have on there. Okay, so we ended up following the exact path out that we came in with. I'm going to guess this means we try to head further right as we go along. Hmm. Seems we mostly have all the Arceus plates down here. Which might be the only thing that we're looking for. We might be on a timer as we traverse these halls. That would be my first guess as to what that dull sound signifies. Ah, glad your audiophile ears are getting the treatment they deserve, Avid. Relic statue, that's gotta be worth a lot more. We see a lot of these ending with N-I-K. Given that we see a lot of the same letter patterns, it's probably a Caesarean cipher. Evarbsignic, whatever that could mean. Nothing back here. If I remember, I think this sound effect indicates probably a current pushing us out of the ruins here. So we're on a certain limited number of moves. Ah! Either a proper guess or I secretly did remember. Gen 5 music and sound design is such a treat. Absolutely. Oh, wait. That pushed us all the way back to the surface. Well, we know there's bound to be some sort of secret in here. So let us continue. Try this one more time. Actually, I'm stubborn, so we'll keep trying this until we find a success. Go through the... Oh, wait! This is different! Or we came out a different exit. I wonder if the pathways actually change. Or if we just got pushed out a different exit than when we came in. Mostly just a few items we sell, and a few of the Arceus plates. Kind of scary. Nerve-wracking. Especially if you didn't know that you'd be able to get out of here safely. Ah, this seems like it'd be close to an exit. Come on. Is this a different spot? Honestly, the entire cube... Yeah, this is a different dive spot. Okay, so we have several different exits. Wonder if there's a secret that lies at the end. I don't remember what an Atbash cipher is, Sai, so I'm pretty sure it's just a Caesarean cipher then. Yeah, we've got a different pattern coming in from this end. So I have a feeling we have several different ruins that we go through. Someone doesn't want us to be here. Yeah, Gen 3 was Braille. Here... we have hieroglyphs that we're at least told what they mean. And it is in some sort of a cipher. Ah! Actually, that's not a bad idea either. It seems like every single one of these ends with the same 3 letters. So we've got a lot of different permutations of probably the same word or phrase in here. Right! Zinzalin actually wanted us to transcribe these, right? He did say something about a pencil and paper. Do y'all want to spend the stream actually figuring this out, or just look up the answer? Pretty much every one of these phrases ends in N-I-K on the cipher. The extent of your cipher knowledge comes from playing Long Live the Queen and those Club Penguin spy missions. Ah, that was forever ago. I can't personally remember any of those. Though I do remember the big plot twist being that, spoilers for an online game for 2007, it all culminated in a polar bear trying to destroy the island. They even left a lot of clues in the fact that you'd find white tufts of hair left here and there. The peppermint tea is still quite warm. I don't think peppermint goes well being that hot. Oh, if it's Caesarean, it's not just the next letter, right? I think Caesarean just means you shift everything a certain number of letters. Yeah, it doesn't mean just one letter over. What's my favorite type of tea? Probably the peppermint I have here. Oh, this one's different. Actually, you know what? Why don't we... downsize that a little, keep that over to the side here. ROWSGNIKOTNETSIL. This one's different. Let's go ahead and... see if I can shrink this a little. And I don't need to see those bottom parts. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a little filter. Chamomile is very good. I don't do it very often because I find it to be, it makes me feel drowsy, but it doesn't really help me sleep as much as I'd like. Which unfortunately saddens me quite a bit, since I am still trying to look for a good way to get myself to sleep. There we go. You know, we're not gonna need to see the bottom screen very much, so let's go ahead and bring you up here. And behind my beautiful... oh. Behind my beautiful face, if you will. And now we get to think about this. SIL becomes HRO by @bash, so you think you can rule out @bash. No word ends in HRO. I actually like the idea of using this as an investigative stream. Let me go ahead and bring up another window here. Remember, this is a game most commonly, made for kids, so... And that music is going to distort every time we're alt-tabbed out of it. So, let's give this a try. Rather than spending the time to just, literally decode each letter, I'd like to use a few resources available to us. We are probably thinking way too hard about this, but overthinking is something I have a lot of fun with. Test all possible shifts. Aw, they only give us a brute force option. We don't have any messages here. Yeah, having a lot of fun with just trying to figure this out would be the most fun part. So it's not a Caesarian cipher. Given the demographic, it should probably be fairly simple. Welcome, Michael. How you doing? We're also doing very well here. We've got ourselves a cipher we're trying to decode, or some sort of messages here, in black and white too. Remember doing a craft as a kid where you made a Caesar cipher encoder decoder wheel? Just like challenging these sorts of things. Me too, actually. And as a computer scientist, cryptography is something I am very, very interested in. That's actually where the crypto and crypto coin comes from. I wanted to do a lecture sometime teaching exactly about why NFTs and, to a lesser extent, cryptocurrencies just plain suck. Because as a computer scientist, I know how, not just why. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're only having, crypto haters in this chat. Which, if there's any cryptocurrency lovers in the chat, please speak up and stand in line for your execution. Thank you, Avid. I actually thought about that for Dr. Cave's lecture that one time for his 1-year anniversary. But that would have been a much, much longer lecture than what I gave. Crypto's bad for environmental reasons alone. Indeed. And going off of stuff like the proof of work algorithms and such that they are based off of. The short of it is, basically, in order to make the cryptography work, you know how people talk about, the fact that NFT stands for non-fungible token, meaning it can't be, duplicated or replaced. The short version of how all of that cryptography stuff goes on is basically you get a computer to do a lot of very complex, difficult math to generate what is essentially a very, very long password that, if you tried to brute force decrypt it, would take a computing time averaging, well, several times the age of the universe. So, it's very easy to decrypt that stuff if you already have the proper cipher or decoder for it. Basically, the entire reason they're so environmentally destructive is the entire purpose is to waste a lot of time generating a very, very secure password. You don't have to, but people really want their cryptocurrency to be secure for that reason. Do we have a VOD of that? You'd sadly miss pretty much that entire stream. You would have to ask Dr. Cave. I don't have a VOD of it personally, since it was on his stream. Execution. Yeah, sigh. There would be a lot less harm done to the world if crypto bros were to, well, I can at least be merciful. They can at least be stripped of access to electronics for the remainder of their days, which would equally be less destructive to the world than letting crypto bros have access to computers. To your knowledge, there are cryptos that aren't as detrimental to the environment. True, very true. In fact, there's actually some crypto coins which, their transactional computation time takes about as much energy as turning a light bulb on for 1 second. Which, those aren't a problem. Cryptography and cryptocurrency itself is not the problem, but the NFT part, the only way you can make a token non-fungible is if you spend an egregious amount of effort on it. Cryptocurrency isn't specifically the problem, but a lot of the culture tends towards making it incredibly wantonly destructive. Almost like Spanish, Usagi, and welcome. We're trying to figure out whatever the heck these messages are. And talking about cryptography on top of that. Really had to find good computer science teachers in high school because of the gap between what they make as a teacher versus what they would make in the field. One of the reasons I'm not actually trying to be a teacher in real life is because, at least in the Americas, teachers are paid maybe a third of what they're worth. I have no idea, well, no, I actually have exactly the idea why the educational system in the Americas is so underappreciated and underfunded. And my hope is that eventually it gets into the right place that it should be. Chris, you have an interest in coding and computer science, so you signed up for a CS class in high school. Teacher spent the first 3 months making us build theoretical crypto mining computers. I'm very sorry to hear that, Chris. When I was in high school, it was actually roughly around the time that cryptocurrency was being discussed in its initial phases. Sure, the token is non-fungible, but lazy randomized JPEG is just a copy and paste away. NFTs are not required to be links to ugly monkey JPEGs. A non-fungible token can be used for anything, not just an ugly image link. You're not buying the image, you're buying the link to the image when you have the NFT. An NFT could also be a video game or a cooking recipe, if you so desire. Avid, knowing the nuances of how crypto has dug its gross, diseased little claws into global culture just makes me upset, knowing the nuances of why it sucks. Buying the link sounds even stupider. That's the token you're buying. Not that it's necessarily a download link, but non-fungible token would be basically any computer file that's supposed to be cryptographically secure. At least to that unfungible level. Digital scarcity is the absolute... I'd have to think. That actually might be... It's definitely on my top 10 list of things I hate. Maybe top 3. Maybe. Hold on. It's just one of those stuffy Mondays for me. Yeah, artificial scarcity is... Ugh. What the? There's one person that even made an NFT that, when viewed by any other way than the person's NFT wallet, would then display as a poop emoji, showing how the creator of an NFT can alter that NFT. Clever. And potentially has some applications, but the amount of effort that goes into making something non-fungible. We already have this one. Is absolutely abhorrent. Have this one. We'll probably need to dive in from a few other locations here in a moment, since I think we have most of what we could find from this side. Already have that one. Ah, it's a maze. We have this one. Do have this one. Yeah. I'm at least glad we're all here in the anti-NFT circle jerk. Okay. So here's a spot we haven't been to yet. Let's go ahead and check this. Oh. We cannot check that block. Here we go. Relic gold should fetch a very pretty penny. We have this one as well. Cryptography, however, is actually very, very, very cool. In fact, I plan on using it at some point, if I ever plan on implementing an ARG into either the streaming or any future game dev stuff. Cryptography would be a very, very cool thing to toy with. Cryptography is encryption. Encryption is a subset of the study of cryptography. Both of them having the root word of crypt, meaning... And I will double check myself on this. Usually means obscured. Or ancient, probably. According to our online dictionary here, the definition we're looking for would be hidden or secret. Crypt disambiguation. It might talk about cryptography in here, right? Yeah. From ancient Greek, cryptos meaning hidden or secret. So yeah, encryption, decryption, inscription are all supposed to mean relatively similar things. We have this one. Overall, it means talking about secret messages and such. And I assume that's part of what, the whole story with Inscription was about. It was the whole, not necessarily cryptography, but hidden secrets about some sort of rumored video game that wasn't supposed to exist. Wait. We are thinking too hard. I think they're just backwards. Hold on. Listen to King's words. King is kind. King has a dream. King is adventurous. King accepts all. King turns second corner. Actually, Avid, we were not thinking too hard, because a Caesarian cipher is about as difficult to figure out as turning text backwards. That's literally just one step of cryptography in either case. No king gets lost. King's light shines. King moves his people. Primes lead to truth. Of course, some encryption is supposed to keep people out, like any security encryption, but others using ARGs are meant to be solved. And actually, one part on that subject is computational time. How much you can expect something to take if you just brute force it. HTIIWSTCAGINK. King acts with love. So no, Avid, we were not thinking too hard. A Caesarian cipher and flipping the text backwards can both be solved by a second grader. Or a third grader if you're not as smart as I am. I'm gonna try this without the computer. King is brave. I can read upside down, by the way. Backwards, I'm still working on. But reading upside down is quite a useful skill to have. If you're ever called into your boss's office, you can read the documents on his desk, even if they're facing away from you. DERTAHTHGUOFGNIK. King. What? Hatred. You're using the computer to flip it. We were using a little website here. Oh, wrong button. We were using this here. So you can just type in anything here, and it flips them backwards. I suppose backwards text is roughly the complexity that Nintendo would expect a child to solve their puzzles with. Wonder if there's anything else we are supposed to solve here. Well, we have figured out the ciphers, so... And yes, flipping text backwards is a cipher. Make a quick trip back over here. Let's go ahead and look at... Undella Bay, that's what we're looking for. Although my ad blocker might be blocking some of the stuff here. Or wait, we're looking for the ruins, right? At least get that water to stop blubbing over there in the background. Was outside taping your car window closed. Ah, is your window broken? Abyssal Ruins, that's what it's called. Here we go. Ah, we'll apparently need flash down here. And it turns out all that we're looking for here would be plates and various items that we sell. Simple enough. So, maybe nothing for us to focus too hard on then. I think we do have the plates for any of the types that we would be concerned about. Now then, where else to head? We haven't traveled much of Icarus City. We have been to Dragon Spiral Tower. What we haven't looked at much is Black City. There's also a lot of stuff on the routes in between there that we could look at. For what I remember, Black City should be a place where we go to fight trainers, right? Could be a good place for farming some experience. I do believe White Forest was for catching in opposition. Go ahead and bring Usagi back up in here. Actually, we're not going to need Brian for the moment. Just get the whole main squad here while we're going to be camping in Black City. See, what I'm not sure about is if we want to pick up another game before Scarlet and Violet, or if we just focus on this until their release. Ah, Sai! We actually figured it out. Hold on. We actually figured it out, Sai. It's just it's just text backwards. That's it. Do I plan on completing the Pokédex? Possibly, if this really takes off, but I rarely have that as a goal whenever I'm playing these games. So, maybe not. But y'all are loving Black 2, and it's still one of my most successful streams. Ah, Black Tower, so we're looking for a building in here, right? I actually would have a lot of fun completing the Pokédex, especially if this becomes a regular thing for people to seek. Yeah, they are for little children. Although a Caesarean cipher's basically the same level of complexity, so nothing too much to worry about there. I will need to be hydrating much harder. So how do we get in? Elder in Flokesi town. So I guess we do have to be elsewhere, then. This is probably a battle challenge that we have to unlock first, so let's be on there. Come, Brian. We shall be off. I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. Especially you, Chris. I love this game so much that so long as a lot of people are willing to watch it, I have no upset whatsoever about playing my favorite Pokemon game and trying to 100% it as much as possible. So as long as y'all are loving this, I would absolutely love to keep up with the stream too. So we're looking for Alder, presumably. Or his offspring. On a sunny day, my Patrat's fur gets all fluffy. I can't help wanting to pet it. The biggest city in Unova is Castelia. I want to take the ship from Burbank and go play there. Even if you have a lot of them, items never weigh you down, eh? Play as long as I want to. Given that Gen 5 is my absolute favorite, I could easily play this for another 500 hours. Oh, you have so many Pokemon. Seems to me that thinking about how to raise each one would be a lot of fun. As they wandered in search of Pokemon, people began making homes in more places. This ranch used to be a grassy meadow. It's now become a place where people and Pokemon have homes together. I think I ended Black and White 1 at about 515 hours before I lost that DS. And I can't remember if it was that or Fire Red I ended up playing more. Still, squeezing 500 hours out of any game is remarkable. Oh, you've come! Could I spar with you, the strongest trainer in the Unova region? Right after I get Brian back in the box. Since we are still concerned with training our prime team more. So, make that swap now that we know where to go. I should use those mouse controls a lot more often. We are also not going to need you anymore. So what even is the point of these backwards messages? I don't know. And at least looking on sarahb.net here... However, after beating the Elite Four, when you speak to Zenzelin and Ndela, he will give you Dennis's notebooks, which will allow you to translate the text. All it does is tell the history of the ruins, and contains no secrets for us. If we kept going, though, we could find more of the plates, and further down, we find a lot of things we sell for a high price. But for the moment, we don't care too much about money. A very vague history. Written by a bunch of eager monarchists, to say no less. That definitely needs more ice. I'll be right back. So, if you ever needed authenticity as to knowing that Xander Turing is in fact not British. Oh, it's already almost melted, so I don't really have the proof very well. But I drink my tea iced, not warm. And therefore you know I'm from the southern United States and not England. Actually, that could be for anywhere that isn't England. The way you'd know I'm from the southern United States is if I put an egregious, criminal, heart-stopping amount of sugar in it. Which, luckily for you, and for me, I don't have that much sugar in the house. Oh, my heart jumps for joy. Well then, prepare yourself for battle. And the Ki as usual. So, we get to fight him once again at his full power. Ooh, nice try. Although, given that it's not a stab move, Usagi probably lives. Yeah. Do we risk it? I'm willing to. It is far more likely that we hit rather than, It's far more likely that he misses now. It should be a 50% chance for him to be hit by attract. Alright. One more. A 50% chance and then a 70% chance for Focus Blast to hit. So overall, after that attract, he has a 35% chance to skip his turn. We do not have a fighting resist, but we do have a very physically defensive tank. Get a bit of defense on there, Sploof. Ooh, barely lived. We'll use Giga Drain because it probably recovers our health a bit more than Leech Seed would. Yeah. Oh. Thank you, Chris. I did in fact forget to switch screens. Try that again. See how long Sploof can hold out here. Ah, that's what you think. Ah, it's a critical hit. So that does get past our defensive buffs. You know, it's a silly solution, but I think we can get away with this one. Oh! We might die. We in fact did not. So, go ahead and do what you do, Kayla. Next should be Escavalier. Oh, no, it's a Bouffalante. Who is likely to barely survive. Or, well, after that recoil damage, we're not gonna get too much out of it. Who's our best chance here? Aaron gives us a lot of momentum to start with. with the best possible matchup that could have happened here. Escavalier? Wait, is it Escavalier? Hold on, I'm looking this up. Escavalier? Yeah, but how do I pronounce it, you stupid wiki? Yeah, I know it's like Oh, Cavalier. I applied one too many syllables. Well, that's not a word I've actually heard much. Cavalier, Escavalier. Ugh, that feels so weird coming off the tongue. Escavalier. I don't know, the cadence going from that A to the long E feels a little weird. I don't doubt that it's correct, but it does feel unintuitive to how I know how to speak. Let's see. Taunt just in case. Since we have a winning type matchup otherwise, now they cannot use, Quiver Dance, as you saw. Which was basically the only hope of Volcarona living after this. Alright, Aaron. Sorry about this. Escavalier. Gonna be pretty hard for me to unlearn that. After the battle, a fresh wind blew through my heart. That's the champion for you. Oh no. His son's a red-headed stepchild. And he looks like a spirit tomb. I did it! I did it! I did it! The Black Tower! I made it to the top! Why, if it isn't Benga? Are you serious, boy? Hey, Gramps, you know how strong I am. Hey, hey! Who's that? His name is Xander. He's the strongest trainer in the Unova region. I knew it! That trainer smells tough? How about it, Venga? Do you want to spar, perhaps? No! I know that trainer's strong, and I want to battle. But those Pokemon haven't been through enough. Me, and my Pokemon. We climbed to the top of the Black Tower. You do that, too. Then there we'll see who's stronger. Let's try hard to be the best. Later. Gramps and Xander. Yeah, he do got that Fire Blast hairdo. He's a lively one, even for my grandson. I'll explain what he was talking about. He challenged a place called the Black Tower, which, yeah, we already know where that is. Old Spice gives you power! And we will need Brian again to do our little flight. You. Dragon for dragon. get a little bit of free healthcare before you depart. And before we begin our challenge, once we get over there, we will be taking our first, as usual, break. And I will see y'all in just a couple of minutes. Huh, how silly that I left that text up there. But that would be a valid question. What should we code next? And we return. No, it is not a slogan side that was actually left up there from our last game dev stream. Since we got most of what we set out to do in about just an hour, I wasn't sure for us to proceed with, but we did find a few bugs for us to focus on. And now, I believe we're at the point where we need to be testing character functions. So I have a couple of sprites to be making, although they will mostly just be rectangles. And thank you, Chris. I actually quite like using the mouse for that. We're probably gonna get a prompt to save in here. This does look like a battle tower-like facility, so let's at least make sure everyone is decked out with some sort of an item. I wonder, did we ever... I don't think we picked up another Chesto berry. No. 'Tis a bit rare, but worth a shot. To think, Sploof should have actually survived that fight if they were holding a big root. It's probably not all the way down here. We're gonna look up here. So we did sort everything. Everyone else is holding an item. You could probably afford to hold something other than a shell bell. Expert belt is good, dragon fang is good, splash plate also good. Let's give you a buff to your, well, the only thing you should be doing. Welcome! This is Unova's challenge, the Black Tower. Please, let me know what you would like to do. This facility was made to provide a place where trainers could come to focus on training. Inside, you will find many other trainers who also came to this facility to challenge themselves. When you run into another trainer, they will surely challenge you to a battle. Defeat all of the trainers that block your way to complete an area. In order to complete an area, you must find the boss trainer of the area and defeat him or her in battle. By defeating the boss trainer, you can advance on to the next area. If you'd like, you can simply battle with other trainers to improve your skills. You can also focus on finding the boss trainer to complete the area. Let's go ahead and head on in. Usage of items inside your bag is prohibited. And let us begin. Very different. Are you a new challenger? Is that so? That expression on your face is telling me that you've got no idea what to do. Alright, I suppose I can spare some advice for a newcomer. First of all, you should know that in order to complete an area in advance, you must defeat the boss trainer. You can try to seek out the boss trainer without any leads, if you want. However, it's probably a better idea to challenge the other trainers first. A lot of them know quite a bit about the area and might be able to provide you with useful information. And on we go. I find it rather entertaining to consider we're going to annihilate her. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a cakewalk. What a, warm welcome, I say, with a question mark. Not a verbally pronounced one, but a question mark nonetheless. And that is why Dig and Fly are not used in competitive battling. Except on a few, stall sets. One for one. I think we do want to play into our best type matchups, mostly. Well, Talos should be back to its normal speed at this point. I don't think we'll need the full power of Thunder, so let's go ahead and test with a Volt Switch here. And that is definitely enough. Well done, Sif. Ooh, and quite the bounty of money. The boss trainer uses an Unpheasant. Well, we have absolutely no foresight onto who uses what. Hey newcomer, how you doing? Take a look around this room. See that strange door? That's a gate that leads into the room where the boss trainer waits. The gate is closed right now though, so you can't go through. First you'll need to find the gate trainer somewhere in this area, and get him or her to open the gate for you. However, they'll only open the gate for trainers that they deem to be strong enough. So it's up to you to battle the gate trainer and prove your strength. Oh, by the way, the gate trainer of this area is actually me. I'll be waiting for you somewhere in this area, so come find me. You know, for the sake of keeping up our battle momentum, why don't we lead with Sif? Actually quite impressed with how well-rounded we've kept our team's levels. You there, science lass. I'm usually quite a serious person, but I like to let loose every so often. Prepare yourself. Here I come. There's actually one broken strategy that used Dive. I think Dive is the hardest one to hit, like, Fly you can still hit with Thunder, which it does have some use. Earthquake, or Dig you can hit with Earthquake. And Dive I think you can hit with Whirlpool. I don't know about Surf, but I think it's only hittable by Whirlpool. Let me guess, it would be one of those, Prankster Riolu Me First setups. Cause I do know there are quite a few Prankster Riolu setups that involve using the 2-turn invulnerability moves. Dive Cat, and it centers around Dive and Purloin. So also, I think a Prankster set. We don't have any link to that strategy directly. But Purloin, we can at least view in the Pokédex. And I think Purloin does in fact get... There it is, Prankster. So it's a Prankster assist strat. Basically the same thing. I'm guessing it also has to do something with, entry hazards, otherwise he wouldn't actually get much damage out there. Let's see if he just... Yeah, he's just gonna keep walking. Yeah, lots of strategies like that. Like, Fear, Rattata. Focus, Endeavor, Quick Attack, Rattata. Welcome, Kayla. I will take that posture check and... Wow, that was a good one. Oh, would you look at that? Something else we have a type advantage against. Doesn't matter how much damage it does if it always becomes invulnerable and then strikes at the end of the next. True, but, Sai, there might be ways to stall it out unless, I mean, I know Assist has a lot of power points. In fact, I think it's 40, isn't it? Does it not get Assist in this generation? There we go. Okay, 20 uses. Even with the maximum of, I think 32 power points, you're not gonna KO a lot of enemy, Pokemon, right? Well, Melius, if you've been playing a lot of MechWarrior in that time, I'd actually be very happy to go ahead and give that another play. I have not made my schedule for this week yet. You are new here, and, just some advice for how things are run on this channel. I always stream Pokemon on Monday, Pokemonday, as it's referred to. And, after that first stream of the week, I try to figure out how I'm going to do with the rest of the schedule. So, there's still an option for an official MechWarrior Online night this week. That would also count for Usagi, if Usagi's interested. And I would need to message Leviathan on top of that. I did already talk to, Sam, and unfortunately, he won't be able to attend MechWarrior this week. But I do hope you're enjoying your time with MechWarrior. So, Sai, tell me how that strategy wins. Since I feel like that strategy could be beaten out by a lot of, stall tactics. If you go up against a, pressure Pokemon using Roost, they shouldn't have to worry about a dive from a Purloin very much, should they? I think it would really need entry hazards. If you weren't enjoying it, you wouldn't be playing. True, but there's a catch with that. League of Legends. No one who plays League of Legends enjoys League of Legends. They play it because they're hopelessly addicted to it, and have a sunk cost fallacy for the amount of money they've spent on skins. How'd you know? How did you know I was going to say League of Legends after there's a catch? Because everyone knows that. Especially League players. No one likes League. It's like heroin. They give you a free sample, and while it does make you miserable, you're hopelessly addicted and need to go back to it again and again and again. Oh, doctors can recover us. No one likes League. Not even League players like League. Glad to know we're in agreement here. Even if Melius is bald-faced lying to me. Oh, you enjoyed all your time with League of Legends. So, let me guess, you're like me and played only about 5 games. Each of which was about 8 months apart. Also made it easy for you to quit. You really enjoyed the Dominion game mode. So when they killed it, it was pretty easy to stop playing. No, you have many, many games. Alright, far enough in that I can at least drop the joke. But with the reputation League has, it was very easy to tell that that was what was coming. Oof, ouch, my bones. Kayla might still be faster here. Or not. So this is how it's gonna be, huh? This is actually the reason that I usually ran my, Haxorus sets. With a Lumberry. You get to block the confusion from Outrage, or if your opponents waste their time trying to set up a status, you block that and then you can probably survive one revenge hit, if it's not like a, Choice Scarf Ice Beam. Speaking of, when can we get Outrage on Kayla? Haxorus, here we go. Naturally learned at level 66. So we're not too far. Please do, my guy. Well, I guess we don't have much exploring to do here, since every single trainer we fought along the way ended up leading us here regardless. Would you look at that? Another type matchup we win. I can't remember if you're ground type yet, but you probably still expire to an energy ball. Actually, let me message Leviathan right now and see if she's up for Mech Warrior this week. And again, there's a reason we have an expert belt on here. Lots of good type spreads. I'm glad we finally managed to get Seath complete. There's not really any way we could improve the set. Oh wait, that's an idea. Tell me, Galvantula. How do you learn Spiderweb? Not Spiderweb, and it's not Electroweb either. What was it? Sticky Web. Do you not learn it this generation? The move might not exist this generation. Hear that synthetic bass. I could have sworn... Oh, here we go. So in here, it's at an early level, so the move might not exist yet. Ah, looks like Sticky Web started existing from Gen 6, not in Gen 5, so we can't even employ that strategy yet. That was actually one of my favorite team setups, was Sticky Web Bulky Offense. I'd go ahead and set up hazards to where my opponent would basically always be slower, and then use a lot of supplementary Volt Turn to keep myself one step ahead. You know, this entire tower is structured kind of like a roguelike dungeon. Specifically of the Binding of Isaac persuasion. which is one lecture I'd actually have a lot of fun getting to sometime. Also, on top of the computer science gamer persuasion, I do have a lot of interest in dungeon generation algorithms, maze solving, so on and so forth. Get out of here. That is an unpheasant healthily clobbered here. And let's keep up that momentum. That's actually planned for a very big or possibly even celebratory game dev stream. I want to do the big lecture on maze solving algorithms and dungeon generation algorithms. Let me guess, we get the troll door sturdy here. As usual. Not that that's going to help at 1 HP. You know what would have been cruel? Taunt. Uh-oh. Okay, buddy, I see how it is. Huh, entry hazards. Should have been out here first. Didn't they get rid of Stealth Rock in the newest generation? I'd actually be pretty happy with them removing some of the stronger entry hazards. And there we go. Congratulations on completing Area 1. Please accept this prize in honor of your accomplishment. Not bad. Shall we continue? Or what else could we be looking at? Let's check that map. I do actually have quite a bit of fun in those little battle challenges. But where else have we insufficiently explored? You know what we could do? We could try to spend, at minimum, one stream trying to catch one of the elusive legendary Pokemon around. So, why don't we head off? We'll need the full set here. Gotta head out for now. Have a great rest of the stream. Thank you very much for your attendance, Chris. Actually, let me give you a shout out since for the longest time, I forgot you were actually doing streaming yourself. And if ever you're doing it again, I will keep an eye on you. Gotta expand the community of those closest to heart. Now, who learned Spore? Oh, wait. There's a training arc we could go under. Spore at level 48, or 54 if you were already evolved. Might do something later today, but it depends on how much energy you have. Noted. And sort by name. Not what I meant. I meant to, hand down. I guess we gotta drag that scroll bar. Someone is holding the experience share. move items, which we cannot select on the bottom screen. Then who's currently holding it? Ah, of course. We needed Brian with a bit of extra experience. You will learn Spore, which is probably your best thing for catching Pokemon. Haxorus can go ahead and do a false swipe, so until then, we do have a bit of a training arc we might need. Now, I know we saw them, but I forgot exactly where our legendaries were. Here we go. Route 13. Which means... Here we go. So, I think it's time for that run back. Make sure we have plenty of Pokeballs. Oh right, they're registered as regular items. By type, then. Luxury, good. Dusk, a lot of them. Subscribe to Chris, and check that one out. Thank you, Kayla. Chris has actually been doing a lot of work trying to keep our community active. He was doing a little bit of, oh, what's it called? Luigi's Mansion a few days ago. Not like we're running out of cold hard cash anytime soon. And if necessary, we can always go ahead and grind on the Elite Four. Oh, what is that frame rate? James is pretty much here for every single Pokemon stream. Oh, right. You need to see the fan art. And audio distorting every time I tab back out. Hopefully, you're able to see this, Kayla. I don't think you're going to need a Twitter account for a safe post like that. Ha ha. I don't know if I actually told you, James, but that just, it warms my heart so much. When do y'all want to revisit Hollow Knight? I'll need to talk to Decursion and a couple of other friends. Cause I know there's a few folk that would be waiting specifically to see that. And we did have some cleanup to do. It's not off the table, I just don't know where to fit it in. And I'm trying not to egregiously fill up my entire schedule. I do want to leave some time in between, just because I am trying to get onto a lot more of the game dev stuff, since now we're getting to the spriting part of everything. Though actually, that does remind me, this is an idea I've had cooking for a while. But I don't know if I've mentioned it specifically. You all should know how much we love roguelikes here. Especially action roguelikes like, Have a Nice Death and Dead Cells. Hades also counts, but it's, less platformy. On the subject of our little fighting game dev project, it's not entirely out of the question that we implement roguelike mechanics by letting you have, say, a set of normals, but you could find different special attacks to use. One potential idea, I don't know if I'll do that as an alternative game mode or a focus for the design, but during our early testing phases, I might try to do a smash run or roguelike type of game where game mode where you would build your moveset off of attacks and such that you would find. Keep that in mind. It's a possibility. Alright, Kabalion. Time for that rematch. Right, we don't have Spore yet. So, is this potentially a waste of our time? Gonna try an Earthquake here. Cobalion has very high physical defense. That's gonna hurt. Given the damage from Volt Switch already on there. Yeah, that's a KO. What is my reset? So I'm silly enough to have forgotten. We will have to raise up that fungus first, since we do need it to have Spore. I guess we do have a reason to be back here then. And then we'll swap over the XP share to any of our other mons that will need it later. You don't often get that sort of context, do you? I think you might have had you might have gotten to do that in Gold and Silver, where you could revisit Red's house. And then I think this is the only other time that you have a sequel starting in a different town. We also have Cobalion, Virzion. After completion of the game. So, allegedly, N should be back there at Dragon Spiral Tower at some point. But I don't know how or when. Oh, wow! Hold on, check this out. See, I thought we'd only have a few of the Gen 5 legendaries here. It looks like we have our work cut out for us. We've got a lot more to focus on. And Heatron is one of my favorites. Interesting. Reggie Steel and Ice are version exclusives here. Huh. Can we not get the commies then? Because they're not on this list. Double check that Pokédex. Ah, we can't get Thunderous or, Thunderous Tornadus or Landorus in this game. Which is weird. I didn't expect that. Oh, this is gonna... Oh, never mind. Seif still gets a good type matchup here, but is weak to rock. Let's actually try an Earthquake from Kayla. Good bit of resist. And done. Let's see, we are waiting until Fungus learns Spore, and then we'll evolve. So this guy only uses fossil Pokemon. I didn't... Wait, is Caracasta only revivable from a fossil? Who were our Gen 5 fossil Pokemon? Because I can't remember what Caracasta's equivalent would be. They usually come in pairs. Yeah, Relic Castle Revival. And then your counterpart is... Oh, Arcan and Archeops. No, Lileep is actually from Hoenn. Funny. Over here at the end of the game, they have someone giving us a potion. Well, if we are going to be experience farming, why not go ahead and grab that? A lucky egg. No, it's the, bird. That's the counterpart here. The one that drops its offensive stats when it gets low on health. And you'll have all the counterparts. So it should be, Lileep, Archeops, Armaldo, and I forget what the other one you had was. Oh, the, head smashy dinosaur. So we should get a Shieldon or Bastiodon over here. Yeah, Cranidos. We're not interested in Twitter toxicity here. Yeah, Cranidos. And then opposite, we have, Shieldon and Bastiodon. Overall, Hydreigon should be able to sweep a team of rock types. Especially this one, whose attack stat is going to drop through ludicrously low levels after Aqua Jet. And that's why Archeops is not in competitive. Almost choked on your rice in confusion. Why I do this? What did I confuse you with? I'm pretty sure I was coherent that entire time. Oh, Twitter toxicity. Yeah, we don't want to teach that. Especially not to a Pokemon named Amogus. I mean, Amoongus. Ooh, wait. Hold on. I got a question for y'all, since I know there's a few fighting game fans still watching. Do y'all want to have another freeform Fighting Friday? One that we aren't focusing on Strive? Do keep it in mind as an option. It's free. But you can donate, and I would recommend donating a small amount. And if I remember, they should all be different characters now. You know what? What's the mute button? There we go. Last I checked, we actually have different characters now. I am seeing different attacks. Hold on, run that back. We're playing this. I don't care if it's Friday or if it's just a little joke on Saturday. We're playing this. All right. It's a real game now. We're gonna have to. Potemkin Buster. I dig it. Perfect. Unpause and resume. Blue had the knife though. Orange had the gun, I believe. So it's possible. Uh-oh, this is gonna hurt. Big ouch. I wonder why we don't have more Metal Burst users. Well, there goes Hydraughter, but we do have medicine on the road. Actually, it shouldn't be that much of a path to get to the next town over. Amber, don't care which one. Well, we should be catching one then. Would love to stick around, but you gotta finish dinner and set up your own stream. Indeedy do. Thank you very much for your attendance, Sai. I'd actually love to raid you or Chris, whoever I see first. And I should be following you, Sai, right? I am not. Let me fix that. Who are we catching? Oh, wait, I already know. Hold on. We gotta soak in the music. And that will be while I message Leviathan, since I forgot. We need size link. Alright. Sorry, if I alt-tab, the music's gonna skip. That's how emulators work. Oh, or I could have literally just done that. Yeah, I see this used for a lot of memes, James. It's a classic. I wonder why they made such a banger unique soundtrack for a town you spend very little time in. Again, Gen 5 has the best music. Not you. Amber sounds like a cute dog name. Get a little bit of extra damage in here. I'm surprised we hadn't caught the starter dog yet. That is a very big surprise. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ah, his Shoryuken was not that damaging. The buttons are light, heavy, gun, knife, Hold on. Okay, there's not any actual information on, Mizumi. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to look at the game itself to get that info. This very loyal Pokemon helps trainers, and it also takes care of other Pokemon. A-M-B-E-R. Good doggo. Precious. And we're gonna need a bit of healthcare for Haxorus again. The buttons are light, heavy, gun, knife, and sus. I'm guessing sus is sort of a taunt button. Or... I'll be honest, I'm actually kind of excited to try it now. I'll give it a look after stream this evening. I guess we fought everyone down here then, so further up this way we go. We did dodge a lot of trainers on this path. Although we could actually fight the mons we have around here. We don't have anyone with a large repertoire of fighting type attacks though. And there's mostly normal Pokemon on this route. Sure, Aaron could use superpower, but Aaron can't use superpower again and again, and again and again. Oh! That's a very high level. Ah, that's the bug and ground one. So, you're weak to fire and water pretty reliably. And least likely to hurt Hydrotter. Wow. I'm actually impressed. I will redeem that hydrate, thank you very much. Well, you did just buff up fire moves with that sunny day. So there's no way Wormadam survives. Not bad. And probably better than Sweet Scent. Well, speaking of using superpower, although I think Flare Blitz might actually hit even harder with the Sunny Day buff. Yeah, the 1.5 from Stab, paired with the 1.5 from Sunny Day, multiplicatively would be 2.25. You, however, are quadruple weak to ground, so no need to worry here. And guess what? More fire. This could hurt. We're fine. Aaron might not live, though. Multiplicatively. Hey, that's a pretty intuitive word. Fungus will be trying to evolve pretty soon, and we'll prevent that. Well, I'm impressed that you're level 71 here. So let's try to focus on that a bit later. I need more healthcare again, immediately, especially since we're not that far from a Pokemon Center. And because I want to hear this music again. While that's happening, check my DMs. No response from Leviathan. Leviathan might be away from their computer. I did DM them earlier before the stream, and still have no response. so they're probably busy. It's a lot easier to control running on foot rather than the bicycle. Actually, you know what wouldn't be a bad idea? Hydrautor being out first and using revenge on all these normal types. Plus, Hydrautor does have quite a bit of good type coverage. See how it works. Now dance gracefully, bring forth your beautiful moves. Let us perform, my lovely Pokemon. Let me guess, I'm going to anticipate a Lilligant, or Petit Lil. Pidgey is not much to write home about. And we're still faster than Pidgey. Ah, we're gonna do a run-through of all the birds, I see. Ah, Rogi Rat. How y'all doing? You deserve a shout-out, my good fellow. What were y'all doing? Teaching Hard Space Shipbreaker. That was another one of those, space exploration games, right? And welcome, Sasha Griffin. Greetings and welcome to the classroom. For anyone else who might be here for the very first time, my name is Xander Turing, and I am a scientist VTuber professor. I try to do roughly educational streams, or at least generally have relaxed vibes, and I talk about the nuances of a lot of silly things like programming. A good friend of Rogi Rat, since we are both very fond of roguelike games, which we're actually doing development streams on Saturday afternoons. Other than that, we are usually playing a roguelike game on Wednesday, which right now, we're running through Hades. Or right now, we're doing Pokemon Day. Clear smog, doesn't that reset stat buffs? Ah, we will want that. Since there might be a few Pokemon that, do status changes. Indeed, I haven't actually had a chance to be around lately, Rogi Rat. I've been wanting to catch those Thursday streams. Not yet. Just a few more levels to go. And you learn Spore at... $50. Wow, we have a ways to go. Eight badges. Wait, how do they already see that? They should be hidden away in our case. After all, you don't want someone to be able to, say, steal badges. We're currently working on the after game of Pokemon Black 2. We are prepping to go ahead and catch a few legendaries, so we are raising a Fungus, which is important because it's both a bulky Pokemon and can learn Spore for the sleep effects. Ow. Finding time to watch streams is sometimes also difficult, especially if you have matching up schedules with someone else. Although I didn't have something on stream last Thursday, I did do a watch party off stream. Though I might not have anything for Thursday this week. Chances are I might be doing something tomorrow night, rather than on Thursday. perfect setup for an Aqua Jet right here. It takes time, but I do really want to be part of your streams. Any fellow roguelike enjoyer. Did you just steal? Oh, revenge. Whatever. And you activated mine since you dealt damage. And then one more, which hopefully you survive. Oh, no need for Aqua Jet. Ah, I remember playing Ruby Sapphire back in the day. There's a charm to the entire GBA to DS era. At least I believe. Getting to that sweet spot where you can represent their graphics very, very well. But they still had that charm of all the old pixels. After all, the animations you find in Gen 5 are oozing with personality. Ah, bugs! So we get the full bug tour here. Which I don't think Hydraughter does very, very well with. So, a welcome switch over to Aaron. Look at that bead drill. That little rascal's ready to sting. One down, 4 to go. And hopefully, Aaron's HP can survive all of this. Still Flare Blitz. Nothing else we have will do very much damage. And to think, on my first run through a Black and White, I did not use Darmanitan, who instead later became one of my favorites from Gen 5. I think we're gonna need a swap here. Steve should be able to clean up the rest without any self-destructiveness. Self-destructing? Quite a hefty punch there. Luckily, we're well prepared. And you're still bugging poison. But Thunder's still our best option. Self-destructivity. I think self-destructiveness is what we're looking for. Emergency Volt Switch just in case. Although I don't think we'll be needing it. No, you will not. Say no again. Level 50, that's what we're looking for. One for you. One for you. And a one for you. I will take that hydrate. Gotta go. Have a good stream. Thank you, Rogie Rat, again for the raid. I'd love to try to see you again soon. As best as I can make it. We do not have anyone with solid rock. Huh. Possibly a meta joke with the fact that there's a repeat ball in one of the earliest routes we traverse. At least in the other game. Good night, Kayla. We'll probably be dialing this stream down pretty soon. We have less super dense story moments in the post-game. You already know 4 HM moves. Yeah, so unfortunately not for you. Now what? Guess we didn't need those hyper potions then. We were that close to the nearest Pokemon Center. Hold on, teacher says that lies lead to a life of crime. Isn't that funny? No, I said, pen down. Let me guess. The kids on the playground have level 60 Pokemon. I'll actually be right back. I need a tea refill. And same song and dance. This is going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me. Revenge once more. I wonder what the purpose of Ring Out is. Usually hasn't been that powerful of a move. Doesn't Regigigas get a signature version of it that's more powerful? Let me check that. I've never seen that move do that much damage. It's 110 power versus a target with full HP. Which 110 is barely more than 102. So there's not really a situation where you want to use it instead of return. If your opponent's at like 92% HP or above, yeah. I think we will actually visit that Pokemon Center since we are running out of attacks. And it looks like Ring Out and Crush Grip are... functionally, they should be the same. Right, there's other kids we need to beat up. And I did redeem that hydrate. Thank you very much, James. Yeah, for some reason they're letting the school kids run around with very, very powerful Pokemon. First time we've actually had a Surf as our best option lately. Keep it up. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Ah, the sound of an era dying. Back when Pikachu actually had little static sounds. Rather than... it still being the only one that got to say its own name for a call. Although, doesn't Eevee get a similar treatment too? I forget. Oh! That's a very powerful Beldum. Don't know why it hasn't evolved yet. Doesn't Beldum only ever learn Takedown? Ah, that does make sense. They have dads that work at Nintendo. That checks out. Yeah, Beldum only ever learns Takedown. Not much experience to farm here. We are gonna look for some stronger trainers around here. I do like that they had those trainers with those big teams of themed Pokemon. Like all of the rodents, or all of the birds, or all of the bugs. Pretty nice way to bring it on home. Given that this was the last top-tier Pokemon game. No. Actually, I quite liked Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So perhaps that was inappropriate. Oh, wow. Yeah, just run it again. First of all, no. And furthermore, no. Let's see if there's any kids in here we get to beat up. But the town's over there. We don't really need heals all the way out here. Ooh. We'll definitely make good use of that. Volcarona on Route 3. Really? I find that hard to believe. Furthermore, where is the grass on here? Ah, here we go. Hmm. I find it hard to believe that there'd be a Volcarona out here. Yeah, okay. She's lying. They're only available in Relic Castle. Which Pokemon would you most trust to protect a child? Aren't there a few Pokemon that have that specifically as their lore? I forget who. Not a Drifloon or Drifblim, for sure. Maybe a Kangaskhan, if you want to get technically accurate. Ah, would you look at that? Experience fodder. I'll say Kangaskhan to start with, since I'm pretty sure Kangaskhan would have the best maternal instincts. I don't know if there's anything that's designated as a guardian of children. Almost there. Again, no. But we're almost there. What's the cave over here? Actually, there's probably some trainers in there. Let's go ahead and head back on in and see what we can find. Indeed. We feel filled with power when we're surrounded by our beloved stone. You would trust a Gardevoir. I was actually thinking Gardevoir or Gallade as a close second. Psychic powers are pretty handy, and Gardevoir are pretty protective. Ah, Hippowdon. Never irrelevant. And Anakin Skywalker's least favorite Pokemon, since it's always bringing sand everywhere. What kind of a name is Zayim? Certainly an interesting fellow, this hiker. Let me guess, he's gonna have all the double evolution ground types, isn't he? 3 evolutions here. We're getting there. Oh my stones and boulders. Oh, his least favorite would be Palisand. Made out of sand versus something that creates sand. This is actually worthy of a, an actual argument, maybe even a Twitter poll. Not that the people on Twitter are that intelligent about what they're talking about. Justify your position, James. I'm wondering why Palisand. I mean, we can already guess why Palisand's a bigger problem. I don't know. Could you plug up Hippowdon's holes? See, Palisand is presumably just its own... Well, yeah, he hates sand, but Hippowdon creates sand. And it is made out of sand. True. But I feel like a hippo that never stops creating sand just could potentially be a bigger problem. Couldn't Hippowdon technically create multiple Palisands? Granted, you gotta wait for a while for it to get haunted, but... Let's see, this is gonna hurt. But if you're gonna throw out a high jump kick there... Ah, hold on. You might be onto something. Let's check that out, shall we? You're right. Okay, I concede. After enough time, Hippowdon stopped creating sand. Internally stored. Okay, so it does not create sand. It only stores it. Very well, I concede. Palisand is definitely a bigger problem. It's coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere. Was it a Gen 6 or 7 Pokemon? Okay, Gen 7. Checks out. Yeah, especially one from a beach island. That completely checks out. Only 2 more levels to go. Pop me another Hyper Potion here. Thank you, Hydrotter. And thank you, Brian. Deja vu. Though I guess that's going to happen quite reliably with a Pokemon game. I wonder what we have further down below. Ooh, music change? We'll just be getting lost. That's okay, we have plenty of escape ropes, right? Good old Troll Door, thank you for your time. I'd hope there's a trainer in here somewhere. Well, speak of the devil. He should have just the experience we need. Start off with the good old reliable serve. Endure will not help against someone with a priority move, because whenever you do have that time to attack, we'll still get you first. See if we can get them with an ice beam. Oh, attacking first. That actually should be enough. Yeah, Breloom does not have much in the way of special defense. Speaking of not much special defense... Ah, Focus Punch. But we'll be doing just fine. And what do you know? There's level 49 right there. We will deny evolution just this last time. Since next level is when it learns Spore. Been waiting to use these. Remember, kids, if you want to use a rope, you have to spin around really, really fast. If one species of Pokemon was to suddenly be in real life, which one would you choose? Keep in mind there are no IRL Pokeballs. The first thing coming to mind is... where are you? Really? No Pokédex entries here. Ah, who am I thinking of? My first answer would be Altaria, or something generally peaceful and pleasant to be around. Togekiss would also be another one of my favorites. Well, that entire evolution line. I assume the entire evolution line is included as part of the package. My answer would probably go around to just whatever sort of, probably a fairy type that spreads good blessings, and otherwise is not very combative with folks. Ah, you're right, Metronome is very dangerous. Very clever. Who else? Who else? I'll have to think about that one. I might have an answer after stream, once I take a break. Ooh, there are a few legendaries that would work. Ho-Oh, if I remember, allegedly gives happiness to people. Yeah. Eternal happiness to anyone who'd see a Ho-Oh. Yeah, we're just about done here ourselves, Sai. We've got one more little thing to do. Ah, Spore. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for the 1,000 follower or subscriber celebration. Guess it's time to start advertising on TikTok, isn't it? You'd choose Eevee, Whimsicott, or Rotom. Rotom specifically because it could lead to some interesting tech stuff. But also, equivalently, has some potential problems. Although the Rotom Dex from Gen 7 does show us that Rotom can be communicated with. Still, I'd rather not my washing machine be possessed. Obvious choice is Seal. Also very good. I see we all have some very, very different thoughts about this. I actually would enjoy Metagross, for the reasons of it being a supercomputer, as you'd expect for what I'd love. I mean, Seal's a funny choice, but it's also not really a bad choice. Oh, that is true though. Spheal is absolutely better than Seal or Dugong. Well then. Oh, whoops. I think you all know what comes next. Now that we have Spore at our side, it's time to capture Cobalion. Exactly 1 week from now instead. I will still be thinking about the schedule, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same guaranteed streams on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. I don't know where I want to fit in MechWarrior, and I don't know yet what I want to do for Friday night stream. It will probably be Strive, as usual. Otherwise, it could be another fighting game variety night. I'll take my time to plan that, but as usual, you can expect the same streams on Wednesday and Friday. I will be messaging the Discord and posting on Twitter that I'm still thinking about this week. But regardless, it should be a very fun week ahead of us, and I still have a couple of people I'll need to talk about doing the MechWarrior Online with. Until then, though, the only thing to really look forward to or possibly worry about would be MechWarrior tomorrow, if we do anything tomorrow. Ooh, Zygarde would actually be very good. Depends on how overzealous he could potentially be. After all, Zygarde does have the potential to be overzealous, and I quite like having computers. If those end up being destroyed by Zygarde, then potentially a problem. Wait, isn't it spelled with a Z? Yeah, it's spelled with a Z, not an X. Only appears to neutralize threats to the ecosystems. Yes, whoops. Or whoopers, if you will. Anywho, I think that's enough beating around the bush. I do enjoy the good bit of conversation. And in a few weeks' time, we might do more Homestar Runner watch parties, or start the Strong Bad School Game for Attractive People playthrough. I still have a lot I need to think about here, so mostly a thinking evening, and I should be able to inform y'all somewhat sometime tomorrow afternoon or evening what the rest of this week should be. Now, let's go ahead and see who else is streaming right about now. Do we have anything yet from our good friend Chris? Oh, and Sai. Well, we did raid Chris recently, so why don't we go give Sai a visit? Until tomorrow or Wednesday, though, you've all been a wonderful audience, and class is dismissed. I do want to do something big this week, so we'll come up with something in that time. But that's a bye for now. Thank you.